And this is the astrological forecast for the sign of Aries for 2025. I hope you're ready for this, because this is going to be one of those years that changes everything. Lots of big developments are coming your way. So many of these sun sign forecasts, I've said, you're going to have a quiet year. It's going to be a relatively easy year. No one's really looking at you. Forget it with you. But then you love the attention. Come on. So let's deal first of all with the little stuff. Then we'll get to the challenges, and then we'll look at the positives. So where do we start? We start with the Aries new moon on the 29th of March. Now, this is a bonkers new moon. Firstly, it's a partial eclipse of the sun. It's not a total, a partial. Secondly, it's right in the middle of the single most concentrated and intense period of astrological activity of 2025. So it's a safe bet to say that the week before the Aries new moon on the 29th of March, for 10 days before this, is going to be pretty crazy worldwide. Now, it's not exactly affecting you. It's more affecting the signs each side of you. But the world's going to be going crazy at this time. So that new moon is supposed to be a good start, but it's a partial eclipse. Stay low. Don't hide. Don't hide under the bed, because the bed will collapse on top of you. But stay below the radar screen. Keep your head below the parapet. Don't push yourself out there. 29th of March, difficult Aries new moon. The Aries full moon on the 21st of October, well, Mercury in the sky is conjunct Mars the same day. Excuse me. So that's also likely to be quite a stimulating time, but it's nowhere near as challenging as the new moon. Now, Mercury is going to spend two separate periods in Aries in 2025. It moves into Aries on the 4th of March and moves out of Aries on the 30th of March. But then it goes retrograde. And it comes back into Aries on the 16th of April, stands still and moves forward again, and then finally leaves Aries on the 10th of May. So over the period of the 4th of March through to the 10th of May, nine weeks, even 10 weeks, Mercury is flirting with you, and there's going to be a lot of changing of the mind. So no signatures, no long-term contracts at that time. Venus is also doing its retrograde thing with you. Venus moves into Aries on the 4th of February and then goes retrograde and leaves Aries moving backwards on the 27th of March before entering Aries again on the 30th of April until the 6th of June. So Venus is going to be spending on and off like 18 weeks in your sign, and it normally spends 3 or 4. So it does seem that the period of mid-March to early June is going to be pretty concentrated in terms of the day-by-day events. You're going to have to dance with it. Now, to compensate for all this, Mars, your ruling planet, is not in Aries at all in 2025. Now, let's deal with the difficult stuff. Saturn and Neptune are both going to move into Aries simultaneously. The conjunction of Saturn and Neptune at 0 degrees of Aries will be in 2026. But they're going to be very close to each other all of this year, 1 or 2 degrees apart. Neptune is going to move into Aries on the 30th of March. Saturn will move into Aries on the 25th of May. This is going to have a direct impact on the lives of those of you born on the 21st, 22nd of March. Neptune conjunct your sun, Saturn conjunct your sun. Neptune conjunct your sun is going to bring an element of fatigue and confusion, weariness. A lot of things will dissolve, but also there's going to be a lot more empathy and compassion and more openness to spirituality and a stronger artistic and intuitive streak. Saturn moving into Aries at the same time will either bring a system of imposed boundary structure, discipline and authority to bear, or, and hopefully this is the case, it'll help you become a lot more disciplined and structured in yourself, living within your own boundaries as opposed to those pushed on you by others. And that will help manage the affairs of Neptune. So you'll bring structure into the imagination. Jupiter, most of the year, in the first 5 months of the year, it's in Gemini, a sign you're comfortable with. So for most of you, those of you born from the 1st of April onwards, you're going to find that the first 5 months of the year, there's a little bit of a bonus coming your way, a little bit of growth. Pluto is definitely smiling on you. Pluto's is already moved into early Aquarius, and he also is going to be hitting those of you born around the 21st and 22nd and the 23rd of March in a way that's very good, very healthy, bringing a great deal of psychological depth, resourcefulness. Yeah, really nice energy. And to complement this even further, Uranus is going to be moving into Gemini. So it's only going to be there for 4 months. But again, 21st to 22nd of March. Now, all the big planets are hitting those of you born around the 21st, 22nd of March. Maybe the 23rd of March with Pluto. But you're the sort of significator for the rest of your sign. So it's going to impact on all of you. Now, it's completely up to you as to which way this goes. For those of you who are of a more worried or downcast disposition, then you're going to be going, oh my God, Saturn and Neptune are moving together into my sign. Everything's going to collapse and dissolve. There's going to be new structure imposed upon me. It's all going to go to pieces and I'm going to get really depressed. Others amongst you will go, no, I'm going to structure my imagination, bring some creativity into the world, whilst at the same time, with Pluto and Uranus sextiling me, I'm going to bring a degree of psychological depth and novelty and innovation and originality into my life. Now, there is one particular time I need to draw your attention to, and this will be the middle 2 weeks of June. Jupiter will move into Cancer on the 9th of June, and between the 9th and the 21st of June, Jupiter will square both Saturn and Neptune in early Aries, and Jupiter will be with Mercury, and this is particularly strong around the 8th to the 10th of June. So I do advise caution around the period of the 8th to the 21st of June. Don't let your buttons get pushed. There will be lots of hot words, and it'll be very easy for you to say or do something you later regret. Far better to take some time off work and go on a chill-out holiday. You're stuck between the devil and the deep blue sea with this one. This year will either be the year where through your own impatience with the world, you will screw up spectacularly because nothing will work the way you want it to, or you will do a lot of deep work in and on yourself at a psychological level and come out of it feeling psychologically invulnerable and much more self-empowered. As far as 2025 goes, Aries, do yourself a favour. Have a self-empowered year.